When I was younger, I've had a lot of relationships where men used to tell me, I wasn't all that and I was ugly and how without them I would never be nothing. Well,
y'all want me to be ugly and insecure so bad, but then you would be out of work.
Lil Kim just popped out looking hella different, and she has a major warning for anyone with something to say about her new look. Lil Kim's ever-changing face has been a major topic for a while now, but after debuting her latest look with her daughter, the internet has been telling her to put the surgery knife down because it has already gone too far. But Lil Kim isn't having it, saying that the black community has called her ugly her entire life and can't tell her what to do anymore. Girl, what exactly is going on here?
We the same people. I bleed just like y'all. Same people. I got feelings just like y'all, and that's the whole thing. Like,
Lil
we still
Kim's
at the end of the day.
plastic surgeries have been a major topic of conversation for years, but the discussion had died down quite a bit since she hasn't really been in the public eye. That all changed when she made a rare red carpet appearance with her 12-year-old daughter, Royal Reign, at the Amazon Kids Back to School runway show in New York. Reign was one of the models for the show, and her proud mama took some really beautiful pictures with her on the red carpet. Royal Reign looks so much like her mother did in the early 90s, and everyone couldn't help but talk about how gorgeous she is. And with Kim standing right beside her, people couldn't help but notice the difference, because baby Lil Kim has definitely spent a lot of time on the surgeon's table. I mean, if you took a picture of Kim from 1994 and compared it to how she looks today, it would look like a completely different person staring back at you. And that's crazy, especially when you think about how much of an IT girl she was in the 90s. She was stunning, sexy, and always knew exactly how to keep people talking about her. Of course, her talent played a huge role in helping her climb the ladder and become one of the queens of 90s rap. Sometimes, even her styling could get a little kitschy and weird, but somehow Lil Kim always made it work. It's fair to say she single-handedly introduced an entirely new aesthetic to female rap. That's why people just couldn't understand why Lil Kim suddenly started changing her appearance so dramatically. We know that getting work done has almost become an obligation for female rappers, and we've seen plenty of them undergo cosmetic procedures. But what Lil Kim did wasn't just a little nip and tuck. It looked like she was trying to completely change her identity. Allegedly, things only got worse after she started comparing herself to Nicki Minaj. Mind you, Kim had never really felt confident about her appearance. After her parents divorced, she moved with her mother to New Rochelle, New York, which was reportedly a predominantly white neighborhood at the time. Kim struggled to make friends and was often teased and made to feel ugly because she was the dark-skinned girl. She took those experiences to heart and eventually begged her mother to send her back to Brooklyn once the pressure became too much. But moving back didn't exactly make everything better. Her own father was reportedly verbally and physically abusive toward her and often mocked her hair and clothes. In an interview, she recalled feeling like everything about her was wrong, from her hair and clothes to simply being herself. After her father kicked her out, even the men she dated seemed to reinforce those insecurities by making her feel like she was always someone's second choice. Now, it's no secret that Lil Kim was deeply in love and involved in a messy relationship with Biggie. He brought her into Junior MAFI, helped connect her to Bad Boy Records, and the two worked closely together on music and albums. Lil Kim was there during Biggie's early days in Brooklyn and stood by him through a lot. Everyone in the industry knew there was something going on between them, but once Biggie started receiving more mainstream attention, he married Faith Evans. And yeah, Lil Kim was understandably furious. She had been there hustling with him from the beginning, only to watch Biggie marry another woman after knowing her for a relatively short time. Lil Kim remained Biggie's side chick because she believed he was the only man who had ever truly loved her. Maybe she was also hoping she would eventually become his number one once he and Faith Evans ended their relationship. At the same time, Kim was making serious money as a rapper and had already started making changes to her body. She got breast implants and a nose job while also experimenting with blonde wigs and bright-colored contacts. Well, she eventually got her wish because Faith and Biggie did end up divorcing. But Biggie immediately replaced her with Charlie Baltimore. Can you see the pattern already? He publicly made yet another light-skinned woman his girlfriend, while Kim remained the hidden mistress. People around her reportedly told her not to worry, explaining that Charlie was important for Biggie's public image and that having her on his arm supposedly made him look better. Lil Kim stayed with Biggie until his death, but that entire situation clearly took a toll on her. She later spoke about how men had spent her entire life telling her she wasn't pretty enough, including men she was actually dating. She questioned why they were with her if they didn't find her attractive. She explained that men had always put her down, much like her father had, and that even when people complimented her, she struggled to believe them. In her mind, the damage had already been done. After Biggie's death, Lil Kim entered a relationship with Damian Hardy, a dealer, and the cycle reportedly repeated itself, only this time it became even more serious. This relationship has often been discussed as one of the experiences that contributed to Kim's struggles with her appearance and plastic surgery. Kim spoke about allegedly being physically abused by Hardy, including claims that he would break her nose and that she would have it repaired, only for the injury to happen again. On top of that, he reportedly cheated on her, and Kim has described how those experiences made her compare herself to the women she believed men preferred. She explained that guys always cheated on her with women who looked more European, describing them as women with long hair and features she considered beautiful. That left her wondering how she could possibly compete with them. In her mind, simply being a regular black girl wasn't good enough. And even the music industry, the same industry that had once celebrated and recognized her, eventually seemed ready to move on to someone new. Lil Kim went to prison in 2005 after being found guilty of perjury and lying to a federal grand jury about a 2001 shootout outside the Hot 97 radio station in New York. She still managed to release an album while incarcerated, and her label worked to keep promoting her and maintaining her presence in the public eye. However, despite the success she experienced both before and after prison, much of it was eventually overshadowed by what Nicki Minaj accomplished after entering the scene. Granted, Nicki had a darker appearance when she first started rapping, but she later changed aspects of her look and image as her career took off. And girl, it worked like a charm. She reached heights that other female rappers, including Foxy Brown, Remy Ma, and, of course, Lil Kim, had struggled to reach. Lil Kim watched as the crown of Queen of Rap that she had worn for years increasingly became associated with Nicki Minaj. And honestly, if you search for Queen of Rap today, Nicki is likely to appear near the top while Lil Kim is pushed further down the list. That had to sting, especially when Kim had spent much of her life dealing with comparisons involving lighter skin and Eurocentric beauty standards. She had already spent years trying to compete against those standards, only to watch the industry seemingly elevate someone who fit many of the same features she had struggled with throughout her life. Nicki Minaj undeniably had the talent, ambition, and drive to take her career to the top. But even Nicki has acknowledged that darker-skinned women often have to work harder to receive recognition. She wasn't going to pretend that colorism didn't exist or act like skin tone had nothing to do with how women were treated in the entertainment industry.
I think brown skin rapper chicks, no disrespect, but I think since you came in the game, it kind of made it hard for them.
Really?
Yeah, I think brown skin chicks got to work a little harder. I think it's like you set a bar for like brown skin chicks to be like, because a lot of chicks at that time was like, oh wow, well, Nicki popping right now, I gotta be at least trying to catch up to look like her somewhat. And a lot of brown skin chicks really, like I think brown skin chicks got to work extra harder.
Well, I will say dark skin and brown skin women have to work extra harder in any field.
Yeah.
Just like how I feel being black, a black woman, I feel like, if a white woman and me was going into the same job at Wall Street, I feel like I wouldn't get the job off the rip just because of me being black, unless I was double and triple times smarter than her and double and triple times better than her. So yes, I do agree with that. But of course it's me, so I don't feel like my complexion is the reason why I made it. But I also I try not to be blind or play dumb to what's really happening in the world.
I think you came in the game at a time where complexion played a part in a lot of stuff.
Really?
Yeah, definitely. Like even the videos were like everybody was going with like the lighter
plastic surgery in what seemed like an attempt to compete. But even though she's more settled in her career now, her complicated relationship with her body and skin tone continues. And with her recent appearance, she looks several shades lighter than she used to and seems to have erased many of the features that once reminded her of her Black identity. It's honestly sad because she was already a beautiful woman. But when fans tried reminding her of that, she fired back and accused them of simply being haters. For Kim, people can criticize her appearance all they want, but she didn't wake up looking like this overnight. Her father, her community, and the music industry had been sending her messages for years that she would somehow be more beautiful if she changed herself and looked more like someone else. And now that she's finally made those changes, she clearly isn't interested in hearing anyone tell her that she made a mistake. But the internet is still telling Lil Kim that it's time to stop. Her daughter is growing up now and looks so much like her mother, and some people are worried she could eventually get caught in that same cycle of insecurity and self-doubt. This is a painful example of how constant media attention and public scrutiny can make someone believe there's something wrong with the way they naturally look. Lil Kim was a natural beauty, and I genuinely wish she had always been able to see herself that way. Kim was a stunning Black woman long before all of this cosmetic work. The pressure of anti-Black beauty standards and internalized self-hatred may have played a major role in how she began viewing herself. But what do you guys think about all of this? Sound off in the comments, and make sure to like and subscribe for more celebrity stories. I'll see you in the next video. Bye, baddies.